The footage is grainy, VHS quality, dated 1987. A local news anchor, Sarah Mitchell, sits at her desk. She looks tired. Her eyes are bloodshot. She's staring directly into the camera, not at the teleprompter. She's been speaking for 45 seconds without blinking. And residents are advised to remain indoors. Do not look at the sky. I repeat, do not look at the sky. We are receiving reports from all over the tri-state area. She pauses. Her face twitches. She leans closer to the camera, so close you can see the faint lines on her face, the pores on her nose. The signal is inside. It's not coming from outside. It's already inside. The television is just the door. She opens her mouth wider than humanly possible. Her jaw unhinges with a sickening wet crack. And then, silence. August 14th, 2024, 11:47 p.m., Chicago, Illinois. Leo Vance was a digital archaeologist, which was a fancy way of saying he scoured the dark corners of the internet for lost media. He'd made a small name for himself on YouTube by unearthing obscure commercials, unreleased games, and canceled TV pilots. His channel, Vance's Vault, had 400,000 subscribers. But they were hungry for something bigger. His Discord server pinged constantly. At Leo_Vance. Dude, you have to see this. Google Drive link. It says it's the lost master tape of WKBR. Leo rolled his eyes. WKBR was a local affiliate out of a small town in Nebraska called Crickley Falls. It went off the air in 1987 under mysterious circumstances. The official story was that the station was shut down due to bankruptcy. The rumor among horror buffs was that the entire news team went crazy on live TV during a broadcast. Every copy of the broadcast was supposedly destroyed. The holy grail of lost media, Leo muttered, clicking the link. The file was massive, 2 gigabytes. It was a raw digital transfer, no metadata, just a title, WKBR_final.avi. His heart pounded. This was it. This was the video that would make him famous. He didn't even check the source. He just downloaded it and opened it in his media player. The screen flickered to life. The quality was terrible. Flickering horizontal lines, tracking errors, and a faint buzzing sound. But the scene was unmistakable. A man in a cheap brown suit stood in front of a weather map. And that high-pressure system is moving east, folks, so expect a cool, crisp evening, perfect for picking apples. The screen went black. A white text box appeared in the center, written in a font that looked like it came from a dot matrix printer. Attention, keeper. The device is active. The screen flashed to a shot of an empty studio. The chairs were pushed back. A coffee cup was knocked over, spilling dark liquid on the floor. The camera was on a dolly, slowly panning across the room. Then, the anchor, Sarah Mitchell, walked back into frame. She wasn't wearing her blazer anymore, just a white blouse. She looked normal, professional. All right, she laughed, adjusting her earpiece. Technical difficulties. We are experiencing some interference. Let's try again. She sat down. She shuffled her papers. Coming up next, we have a segment on... She froze. She looked up, past the camera, her face drained of colors. Control room? What are you doing? Silence. Control? The camera zoomed in on her face, slowly, digitally. The pixels were huge and blocky. She started to sweat. Then the audio changed. A low sub-bass hum started. It wasn't music. It sounded like a massive diesel engine idling. It made Leo's speakers vibrate. He instinctively reached to turn the volume down, but he couldn't find the knob. Sarah Mitchell started to cry. Silent tears. She shook her head. Please, turn it off. I can hear it. I can hear her. The text box appeared again on the screen, layered over the video feed.
She is inside the frequency. The video cut to static. Then an image flashed for a single frame. A woman with black hair covering her face, standing in a corner of the studio. Her dress was vintage from the 1950s. She wasn't moving, just standing there. Then back to Sarah. The hum was getting louder. Sarah grabbed her head. She slammed her fists on the desk. "Get it out! Oh God, get it out of my head!" She started speaking in a language Leo didn't recognize. It sounded like Latin, but the syllables were inverted. It sounded like a tape playing backwards. She stopped screaming. Her face went slack. Her eyes rolled back, and she looked directly into the camera, not at the lens, into it. The sky is a lie. The moon is a projector. We are the ones who draw the lines. We are the ones who erase the light. The video ended.
Leo sat in the dark of his apartment. His fingers were shaking. He immediately opened his Discord. @Leo_Vance. Is this real? The server went wild. @VHS_horror. Holy shit, Leo, you found it! @Glitch_master. That's the WKBR incident. No one has seen the full tape in 40 years. Where did you get it? Leo didn't answer. He was already editing. He cut out the boring parts and kept the juicy stuff. He uploaded the video to YouTube with a clickbait title, "Terrifying Lost Broadcast Finally Found. WKBR Channel 7 Uncut Footage." Within 3 hours, it had 10,000 views. Within 24 hours, it had 1.2 million views. The comment section was a cesspool of theories. Some people said it was a hoax. Others said it was a deep state psyop. A user named @CarolinaConnections commented something that caught Leo's attention. The voice, the screaming. I heard that sound in 1987. I was a kid in Crickley Falls. My dad worked at WKBR. He came home that night and he didn't speak for a month. When he finally did, he told me the reason they shut the station down wasn't because of bankruptcy. It was because the microwave relay tower was picking up a signal, not from a satellite, from the ground, from underneath the town. Leo tried to message @CarolinaConnections. The account was deleted within minutes. The fame wasn't enough. Leo needed more. He started digging. He found old newspaper clippings from the Crickley Falls Gazette. The articles were mostly boring. Crop reports, church potlucks, a missing cat. But then he found the obituaries. October 13th, 1987. Sarah Mitchell, 34. Cause of death, heart failure. The funeral was private. Leo searched the name Sarah Mitchell. He found a fan page dedicated to her. It had a single photo, her in the anchor chair, smiling. The caption read, "The voice of a generation." But the photo was wrong. In the reflection of the monitor behind her, there was a faint silhouette, a woman, standing in the studio. The silhouette matched the ghost in the video. Leo felt a cold shiver run down his spine. He looked at the clock. It was 3 a.m. He hadn't slept in 2 days. He was exhausted. He rubbed his eyes. Then he heard it. A hum. It was coming from his speakers. He looked at his computer. The video player was closed. His browser was closed. But the hum was there. It was faint, a deep, thrumming vibration that felt like it was coming from the earth itself. He killed the power strip. The computer shut off. The hum stopped. But in the silence, he heard something else. A whisper coming from the corner of his apartment. "Leo." He spun around. Nothing. "You opened the door." The next day, Leo tried to rationalize it. He was just stressed. He was tired. That's why he heard things. But then, he went viral again. This time, it wasn't for the video. It was for a live stream that happened on his channel while he was asleep. He didn't know how it started, but the stream was titled, "The Broadcast Has Begun." In the stream, there was a single static image. The woman from the video, the one with the black hair covering her face. But she was closer. She was holding a microphone that wasn't plugged into anything. And then, the stream started repeating the audio from the WKBR tape, over and over. The part where Sarah screams, "Get it out! Get it out! Get it out!" But the third time, the audio changed. A voice, not Sarah's, spoke. It was calm. It was slow. "If you are seeing this, you have touched the signal. The device is active. There are rules." The screen flickered to show a list of rules, like a creepypasta. But this was on his channel, with his name on it. Rule 1. The signal broadcasts at 3:33 a.m. Do not look at your screen. Cover all mirrors. Rule 2. Do not play the tape backwards. What is inside wants to be free. Rule 3. The girl in the corner is not the girl. She is a keeper. She is holding the door shut. Rule 4. If you hear a baby crying while the tape is playing, you are already inside the frequency. Find a landline, call your mother, say goodbye. Rule 5. The moon is not real. Look away from the moon. Leo stared at the screen in horror. The chat was spammed with "WTF? It's just a prank, bro," and "I'm scared." He tried to end the stream. He couldn't. The mouse wouldn't move. The camera on his laptop turned on automatically. He saw himself in the corner of the screen, pale, terrified. He looked like a corpse. The static image of the woman on the main screen started to move. Her head twitched. Her hands twitched. She was trying to move. She was straining against the fabric of reality. And then the audio cut out and a new message appeared on the screen. "You are the keeper now." Leo received hundreds of emails, DMs, and comments. Everyone wanted to interview him. News outlets, podcasters, paranormal investigators. One specific email caught his eye. It was from a guy named Carter Webb, a journalist for The Intercept. The subject line was simply, "Crickley Falls is not a town." Leo clicked the email. "Leo, I've been investigating WKBR for 5 years. The reason you couldn't find any records of the town after 1987 is because the town doesn't exist anymore. The government reclassified the land as a wildlife refuge, but the satellite imagery shows a massive sinkhole where the town center used to be. They didn't evacuate because of a chemical spill. They evacuated because they dug too deep. I have evidence that the signals aren't coming from space, they're coming from underground. There's a cavity beneath the town. The device you keep seeing is real. It's a gateway. And Sarah Mitchell wasn't just an anchor, she was a witch. She was the one who held the door shut. When she died, the signal got out. You have to stop showing the tape. Every time someone watches it, the signal gets stronger. The girl is trying to break through. She's already in your house. She's the reason you hear the baby crying. Carter Webb. Leo read the email twice. Then he heard it. The crying. It was coming from his closet. He froze. He stared at the closet door. "Shut up," he whispered. The crying got louder. It wasn't a human baby. It was a distorted, inhuman wail. He rushed to the closet and threw open the door. Inside, there was a mirror. He didn't own a mirror, and in the reflection, he saw his face. But he wasn't wearing the same clothes. He was wearing a brown suit, the same brown suit as the weatherman in the video. And behind his reflection, in the corner of his room, was the girl. She was standing in the reflection. Her head was tilted all the way to the side, touching her shoulder. Her hair was covering her face. She reached out a hand. It came through the mirror. Leo stumbled backward. The hand was gray, thin, and it was pointing at him. The wailing stopped. The hand withdrew. A voice, gravelly and distorted, came from inside the closet. "Keeper, you have turned the key." Leo couldn't breathe. He tried to run out of the apartment, but the door wouldn't open. The lock was broken. He grabbed his keys. They melted in his hand. They turned to black tar. He ran to his computer. The stream was still live. Millions were watching now. The chat was a blur. He typed frantically, "How do I stop it?" The screen refreshed and the page updated with a single line of text. "You can't, but you can choose who takes your place." Leo understood. He had to pass the curse on. He had to upload the tape to a new platform. He had to share it with someone else. That was how it spread. He grabbed his phone to call Carter. The phone rang. "Hello?" Carter's voice came through. "Carter, I need help. The girl is..." A beep. The call dropped. A text came through from an unknown number. "He's dead, Leo. We found his body. The eyes were gone. Don't call anyone. The signal is everywhere. It's inside the cell towers. It's inside the microwave. Look at your TV." Leo looked at his TV, which was off. It turned on by itself. The WKBR test pattern was on the screen, the color bars, but one of the bars was a living human eye, blinking. And then, the weatherman from the tape, the guy in the brown suit, appeared on the screen. He was grinning too wide. "Good evening, Keeper. Looks like a low-pressure system is moving in. Winds up to 80 miles per hour. Visibility low. Recommend staying indoors. And remember," he leaned in, "don't look at the sky." Leo realized he couldn't escape the apartment. The city outside was quiet. Too quiet. He peered through the blinds. The street was empty. No cars, no people. Just a fog rolling in. But the fog was weird. It was moving in a straight line, ignoring the wind, flowing directly toward his building. And inside the fog, he saw flickers of light, like fireflies, but they were moving with purpose. They were looking for something. "They're called the seamstresses," a voice whispered. It was Sarah Mitchell's voice. She was on his laptop screen now, but she looked different. Her face was glitching like a corrupted JPEG. "They sew reality together, Leo. They're trying to patch the hole we made, but the girl is pulling the threads apart." "Who is she?" Leo asked, sobbing. "She was a patient. They buried her under the tower in 1956. They thought she was a witch, but she was an antenna. She receives the signals from the other side. When we dug her up, we woke her up." Leo fell to his knees. "What do I do, Sarah? Tell me." "You need to broadcast the original transmission, the one we recorded. But you need to play it backwards. It closes the door. But it will kill you, Leo. You have to sing the song." He scrambled to the computer. He opened the file. He reversed the audio in his editing software. The reversed audio wasn't just gibberish. It was a lullaby, a slow, mournful tune. "Sleep, little one, sleep," the reversed voice sang. He broadcasted it live on his channel. The apartment shook. The lights flickered. The closet door slammed shut. The girl screamed. It was a piercing, agonizing shriek. The fog outside retreated. The hum stopped. The screen went black. The stream ended. Present day. The video that Leo uploaded has been viewed 50 million times. People have analyzed every frame. They noticed something in the final moments of the broadcast when Leo broadcasted the reversed song. In the window of Leo's apartment, reflected in the glass, you can see a woman's face. It's the girl. She's looking directly at the camera, and she's smiling. Her eyes are normal, her skin is normal, she's human. But behind her, there's a black shape. It's massive. It's blocking out the stars. The caption of the video, which Leo never wrote, has been changed. It now reads, "The door is still open. I am still here." Look away from the sky, Keeper. I am coming to your house next. Leo's body was found 3 days later. The police report said natural causes. The report was sealed immediately. But across the internet, strange things started happening. A YouTuber named Alex, who runs a popular gaming channel, was playing a game on stream. During a cutscene, the screen froze and displayed the WKBR test pattern for 3 frames. Alex didn't notice. The chat went wild. They made a joke out of it. But then his screen flickered again. The girl from WKBR appeared in the bottom corner of his game. She wasn't a game asset. She was real, pixelated, twitching. Alex laughed it off. The devs are trolling us. He looked away from the screen to take a sip of water. When he looked back, the girl was staring directly at him. Her mouth opened, and the audio of Sarah Mitchell's screaming blasted from his speakers at maximum volume. Get it out! Alex fell backward. The stream cut out. 20 minutes later, Alex went live again, but he wasn't himself. He was wearing a brown suit. Good evening, gamers, he said, his voice a monotone replica of the weatherman. Looks like we're getting a storm tonight. The power is going out. Don't worry, we'll keep broadcasting. The signal is always there. He stared into the camera for 30 seconds. Then he tilted his head sideways. A wet crack echoed. He didn't blink. The WKBR curse has become a global urban legend. It is the basis for dozens of analog horror series on YouTube. But Leo's original video is considered the ground zero of the modern digital horror trend. The problem is, the video is still out there. It's been archived, it's been re-uploaded. Every time it's watched, the signal gets a little stronger. The current theory among paranormal researchers is that the girl isn't a malevolent spirit. She's a victim. She was used as a receiver for a government project called Project Lullaby, an attempt to communicate with a parallel dimension using microwaves. The device, buried under Crickley Falls, was a quantum resonator. When they turned it on, it didn't open a door to another dimension. It woke up the other dimension. And the other dimension woke up the girl. She is the keeper now. She sits in the corner of every television set. She waits for someone to broadcast the signal again. And every time a creator makes an analog horror video based on a real phenomenon, they are feeding the signal. They don't know that the VHS filters, the tracking errors, the spooky numbers stations, they're not just aesthetic choices. They are calling her. The last line of Leo's video, the one he never wrote, appears on the screen if you slow it down to 1/10 speed. It reads, I am in your screen. I am in your phone. I am in the static. I am the silence between your calls. Look away, Keeper. I am the reason the moon is hollow. I am the reason you hear footsteps when you're alone. I am the signal, and I am broadcasting.